Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1778 of our daily content grind. So, last night, they posted all of the information from San Diego Comic-Con regarding all of the brand new Transformer announcements that they made during their panel, so now we actually get to discuss them. And I was debating doing this yesterday as just a super late video. I'm really thankful I didn't because a bunch of stuff dropped afterwards, so this is as complete as I can get for now. There are still a few things missing from this coverage, but we will cover what we can because it does include a few things that weren't in the panel, like what you are looking at right now. So they did officially announce the Monster Jam Transformer collabs, but this is the first time we got to see the flip side. So they get to do an Optimus Prime in exchange. So this is non-transforming. This is in the Monster Jam toy line. This is just Optimus Prime as a monster truck. Simple as that. And this, I believe, is one of their larger ones, too. And nicely detailed. I mean, it's fine. It looks like a monster truck as Optimus Prime. No huge surprises here. And then we move into this. They're also releasing a 4-pack of just standard size monster trucks. So you do get an Optimus Prime. You get what is supposedly a Megatron, though I don't recall a Megatron in that specific color scheme. I mean, I had to look it up. I could not, identify him without looking at the press release. The Bumblebee is much easier to identify. Good job on the tire stripes. That absolutely looks like Bumblebee marks. And then Starscream, which makes me wonder why there hasn't been a airplane-shaped monster truck before. Aerodynamics, I assume. They flip around enough without having wings in the way. But no, this is just going to be a standard 4-pack of Monster Jam toys. Yeah, and that's, I mean, they admit that, like, all the Monster Jam stuff is aimed at younger kids, the younger audience. So, not a huge surprise that Monster Jam gets to do the inverse. They get to talk about, they get to release Transformers, rather. This is not a bad little box. Not a bad little box if you like your monster trucks. Now, we will get into those official reveals later because they're part of these slides just somewhere else, but we're going to discuss these as they come up in order thanks to TFW 2005. And that starts with a brand new release for Alpha Bravo. This was the darling, I guess one of the darlings of Combiner Wars, so I'm sure a lot of people are happy to see him back. I am genuinely surprised to see him get a second toy. Granted, it is just a repaint of Vortex, but that's basically what the original one was, so we'll take it. And yeah, it's nice to see him back. I mean, it's exactly what I expect of him. You know, it's not exactly breaking new ground, but it's good to have him back. Like, it's good that we have not forgotten the 6th aerial bot. Can we get Rook back when we do when we actually do, like, Defensor, whenever we actually get around to Defensor? Because they haven't announced anything after Bruticus so far. We have no idea what the next combiner is, and the current one's almost done. You realize that, like all the other combiners, we kind of knew what the next one was going to be because, like, of release listings. We got no idea what the next one is. There's no sign of any Protectobots in any leaks. And they didn't announce any here. So there's that. Now we get into these. We already kind of griped about these in yesterday's video. So yes, they're trying to emulate the original figures from the Nexus Prime set from I've lost the name for a second. FunPub's subscription service. This breakaway is meh. I kind of got it looks like it just kind of looks like Thundercracker in vehicle mode. I'm sorry, that's a misfire there. But no, yeah, I kind of got this grievance out before, but like the bright primary colors and the Nexus Prime logo replacing an Autobot logo, it literally does just kind of look like the same thing a knockoff company would do if they were producing a straight up replica of a Transformer. And it's a little bit disheartening because it does make the whole experience look a little bit cheap. I'm not going to lie. Okay, now let's get into the cool stuff. So we've seen some of this. We'll blow through some of the stuff that we've actually seen. So Dark Energon Cybertronic, who still looks good. I do love the paint apps. I accidentally pre-ordered all these. Literally, I mean, I accidentally pre-ordered all of these Energon exclusives because I was looking at them at Walmart.com. I put them all in my cart because I wanted to see how much shipping would end up being on this. And one of the, like, when I hit the button to get to the last page, like a payment, like a protection option thing came up, like a little window came up in the middle. I'm like, no, I don't need that. And I clicked away from the window and happened to click right on the place order button. So I guess I'm getting these. Clear plastering and eye mitt. They're super nice. They look super cool. Wild Rider and G2 colors finally getting released here at the tail end of Age of the Prime. Seems like they really like tail end stuff for any of these G2 Stunticons. Good luck getting a hold of them. I mean, he doesn't look bad. I'm at the very least, I'm happy that, like, despite how long it is between each of these releases, they seem to be like rather consistent in how they portray the G2 character. So I'm glad to see that it's continuing. This means we are now short one Motormaster. Hasbro's promised that somehow, someway, they are getting the Motormaster out. Considering Takara is producing their G2 box set right now, probably going to be a bit before the mold is available. Of course, I guess that this mold's available now, so I guess that excuse is out the window. I don't know. They're working on it. They're working on it. We just know it's on the way. Okay, here is the other one. So this one, oh my god, I can't remember her name without like this is Skyguard. So it's a stand-in for Skyfall, the other jet of the original Nexus Prime. And I want to say I called that a while back. I was following someone on Blue Sky and said, like, I'm the only one who called that. And like, no, you're not. I distinctly remember saying that name when it came up in leaks was going to be a replacement for Skyfall. And sure enough, here we are. I'm not sure how I feel about the head. He looks like some weird, like, Cobra agent robot. Like some weird mix between Cobra Commander and a Cobra Bat. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the head design yet. I know how I feel about the vehicle design. I'm going to repeat. These look like knockoffs. Like, this is the kind of thing you do to a little kid's toy. Like, super bright colors, no logic or rhyme or reason where they go, just bright red, bright blue. I thought this color scheme was bad for Nexus Prime. Apparently, it's even worse for all the ones who are going to attach to him. Oh my god. Dark Energon Megatron. Again, it's clear plastic. Again, it's the mold that we're all sick of at this point. It's the minor version, which is, I guess, a little bit interesting. But frankly, like, I'm just done with this figure. Even though I'm probably keeping those pre-orders, and I'm probably still getting it because it does look really, really freaking cool. They did spend a lot of time on these. Like, there's a lot of photos. So like, obviously, we are using the photos released after Comic-Con Day 1/2, depending on how you look at it. This is fine. This is fine. This looks cool. Yeah, but you see how many photos they just threw out of this one in particular. And then the Optimus Prime looks cool too. Looks like it's something came right out of Tron. Yeah, I like what they've done here. I like the look. It's a really unique color scheme. It's a really unique take on a Transformer. I don't mind it. It's a lot of clear plastic, but you know what? I can't deny when it looks cool. It looks cool. I guess, am I done with those photos now? Okay. Can we get into the Beast Wars stuff? So they officially revealed the Beast Wars Maximal 7-pack to go alongside the previously, or at least upcoming release of the Predacon pack. No surprises here if you saw the Beast Wars Versus sets out of, or like the Beast Wars Again Versus sets out of Takara Tomy. They are the exact same figures, same deco. They're just getting an American release. To say it again, I'm glad that these are going to be more accessible. I'm a little bit salty that I paid import price to get mine, and I really wish Hasbro's more transparent about these plans. Okay, then, moving on. Let's get into the actual Monster Jam collab stuff for Transformers. Grave Digger is getting transformed into Decepticon Grim. And I love that his name is just Grim. Now, according to solicits, this guy is proper leader class scale. He is a really big bot. A good photo of him. We have good photo of him. Now, color-wise, it works for Gravedigger. Sculpt-wise, works for Gravedigger. He's got a little bit of Skeletor to him that I kind of like. He's got these, like, wrappings made up of metal panels. I like that. He looks really, really cool. We do acknowledge he is doing absolutely nothing with those tires that I was really hoping they'd figure out something cool to do with the tires rather than just stick them off the side. We also acknowledge he is not using a single bit of that vehicle mode to make up his robot mode. It would have been really, really cool to see like the Gravedigger like front end as the chest, maybe like do like the back kibble transforming to look like some kind of cloak with like a hood going over the robot head so the rest of the shell could trail down like a robe or something. You know, make something look grim. They did not do that. It is a shell former. Keeping in mind, this is all the Monster Jam stuff is designed for little kids, so I assume they wanted to just make it really easy to transform. I say that as I stare at this Gravedigger with mistransformed panels on the side. At the very least, it does look cool. I do like me some Gravedigger, so yeah, I'm probably picking this one up just because it's so unique. Yeah, it comes on a card back, so it's like but it is according to solicits, it's a leader class figure. So it's just a really big Gravedigger. Okay. Icon Megatron, they showed that off at the preview breakfast. Yeah, it's just, it's what it sounds like. It's Megatron. It looks like he's wearing a Borat mankini. That's all I have to say. Already talked about this one yesterday. Do the rest of the Monster Jams got official announcements? Furioso, we've already seen. Good to see like an official announcement for him again. And then Megalodon as Big Tooth, the Autobot Big Tooth. I do like that these guys are both Autobots, so the little monster trucks have to fend off the big monster truck Gravedigger. You can see that, again, these are designed to be for little kids. The engineering level is akin to Cyberworld or, your basic, like, Authentics figures. They're meant to be simple because monster trucks are generally something little kids like more than anyone else. They're cute. They're cute and inoffensive. I'm not going to harp on them. For whatever reason, they're repacking the Alicon. So if you missed out a chance of getting a hold of that, the Alicon's coming back. Okay, sure, I guess we just needed to fill the wave. God forbid we do an interesting repaint instead. They are really proud of their Spinosaur. So they did reveal the brand new Titan. It's Scorn. We knew it was going to be Scorn, just by process of elimination, I think. But yeah, like now I will state that Hasbro said that this is all preliminary deco. They have not finalized it yet. So we don't know exactly how it's going to look. This is just a prototype, with a little bit of like weathering, some rust deco to him. I do like the overall shape. It is more of the older design idea of a Spinosaurus. Before we kind of learned they were probably closer to the ground than this. He does look pretty fierce. I do like how he looks. I like the robot mode. So I am the heathen that prefers the deluxe over the big Voyager version they did. This one seems to split the difference between the two, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Like, as someone who liked the Scorn design better than the Grimlock design, I'm kind of like on the fence on this one. Again, he will share the exact same problem that I had with Grimlock. For a Titan class price point, he's just really big, and that is it. There is no other features to him. Though they did state that someone would be able to ride on his back, and his official rider is going to be getting a new toy to go along with him. I want to say that's Crosshairs. I mean, you're asking me to remember Age of Extinction, which is difficult, but I know Bumblebee was with Strafe, and I seem to remember Drift ending up on Slug's toys. So I think that's the only one left. Hound didn't get a Dinobot. Hound doesn't need a Dinobot. He's tough enough on his own. All right. Transformers 1 Shockwave. Glad that they're continuing the Transformers 1 representation. I think what's interesting about this one is that it's very much inspired by the Fall of Cybertron design. So for anyone who wanted a brand new version of that, or if you want to like shuffle this Shockwave into your Gamer Edition collection, I think this would fit right in. I think this is spot on. And it's a neat vehicle mode. Like, to make a spaceship out of his laser gun alt mode, this is actually a pretty good compromise. I don't mind this in the least. So good to see. Good to see. I do like that they actually went with something familiar here on the vehicle mode. And robot mode does look pretty good as well. I do like how this looks. I want to say he's just a deluxe, yeah. So yeah, it's like kind of an affordable Shockwave compared to like all the larger ones we usually get. So it's nice if you want a Shockwave on a budget. Does look good. I do like the look of this one all around. So that's the end of the official slides. But that is not everything, because there's a few things that went unrepresented in those slides. We'll go from least interesting to the more interesting. And that starts with just confirming, yeah, we're getting a few package refreshes. You know how they said the package refreshes were done? We're getting more. So we're getting another run of Dinobot Swoop. That'll complete the rerun of the Dinobots. At that point, nobody has any excuse. All 5 have been released multiple times. If you didn't get it by now, eBay exists. We're also confirming that we are getting Wheelie as an 86 movie deluxe and studio series. That was obviously going to happen. I believe they already confirmed previously it was going to happen. This is actually a really good mold. For anyone who actually picked up the Walmart retro version, this is a pretty good Wheelie figure. So nice to see it in the proper colors. Does look pretty good here. I do like the overall look here. What I'm surprised was not in the official images that have already been sent out, and I suppose this will be a big deal tomorrow as they want to stretch out the coverage and the hype. Voyager class, Energon universe, Shredhead. Yeah, so Skybound's own Transformer character, their own OC, is getting their own toy, and I will admit it looks pretty good. I feel like ever since the first Stranger Things collab, Hasbro has just been getting a lot of practices at turning vans into Transformers. So you've seen the slow progression of them getting better and better and better, and I think the recent Stranger Things frequency is about as perfect as you get, and now they're doing a fresh one. And what I like about all of these is none of them seem to be a recent, like we also have like Mysterious Prime on the way out, the Scooby-Doo collab, another van, but again, not like any of the others. We're just getting a whole bunch of vans right now. Like 2027 is the year of the Transformer vans. But no, they do look good. They did note that they were going to go and put some added articulation, in particular to the shoulders, in order to emphasize the swordsmanship of the character. I would really prefer that focus be in the wrists. Like for me, a sword wielding action figure needs the vertical up and down wrist hinge in order to get some more believable sword poses. I see where that could be potentially possible, but this is, you know, like a low quality image that we're working with here. And we have not seen this thing posed around yet, so it's hard to say. We do get a shot of the other side, which looks incredible. The fact that this is just going to be just like a studio series, the Voyager class with this kind of paint tempo on it is kind of insane. And they did confirm, like, this is officially when they're transitioning things into comic book release, and Shredhead being one of the first ones to do so. The other one to do that is going to be Nautica. We got to actually see what her toy is going to look like, and frankly, it's about as perfect as I could ask a Nautica toy to be. You know, they didn't make her super scrawny like a lot of female Transformer toys. She's got all of her details. The vehicle mode is right. She does have a wrench accessory. They did confirm that as well. I love the look of this thing. I love how this looks. This is spot on. Like, this is everything that, like, I was hoping a Nautica toy would be the first time they announced one. And then it just ended up being Blur with a couple extra wings. My day was ruined and my disappointment was immense, but we've corrected it. This Nautica looks fantastic. She does have some competition in the water. We got to see the prototype of the fan vote Shockwave. It is leader class. It is a whale, which is ironic if you've read Skybound. And he looks pretty good. Like, he looks pretty good here. Like, I mean, we saw the design sketches, so we kind of knew the design was pretty solid. But seeing it in solid proto now does really emphasize this. I can't wait for someone to Photoshop the colors into this so we can really see what we are getting. I almost hope that because he's aquatic, they throw a little bit of different coloring in here that we're not used to out of Shockwave. Maybe it's like some blues, just to kind of like add some like ocean vibes to him. Probably not. I believe that the art we saw was just standard Shockwave deco. I don't know. I'm dreaming here. This is such a fun toy. What's going to be fascinating is that they can figure out something to retool this into. Oh my god, I love it. I love how this looks. So, if we're moving on, we got a Red Alert. Now, when they had a listing for Studio Series Red Alert, and we just kind of assumed, wait, they're just rerunning that toy for 86. That character wasn't in the 86 movie. Are they actually just doing toys based on the characters that were in, like, what? I was gonna say, like, the storyboards. Because that's the only place he ever showed up. No. This, I think, was the shock to everyone. This is a completely new mold. Look, I mean, you can tell, well, you can mainly tell because, like, the wheels are in the shoulders the way he's supposed to be depicted if he's going to be screen accurate. That alone is a pretty big change. There's other minor changes from the original Sideswipe mold in here as well. For instance, you can see, like, he's got blocks beside his shoulders here that don't exist on the original model. It's hard to tell just from this, because this is just a render that doesn't even have the articulation sculpted in yet. Like, you don't see, like, the cuts for the elbows. But this is incredibly promising. Like, that Sideswipe mold has been through the ringer. And I don't know how you improve upon it, but it's nice to see the attempt here. The weird thing is going to be, can you actually redo this into Sideswipe, who does not have the wheels on the shoulders? If you're doing like a toy accurate Sideswipe, that would be an improvement. That would be interesting take. Don't know where they're gonna go with this one, but it's cool to see. It's cool because, like, they really could have just rerun that toy again. I don't think anyone would have been shocked. This is a step above. This is a step above. I actually really appreciate this. And probably the biggest toy that they revealed that was not part of the first round of official images released is the leader class Last Night Megatron. Now, already, vehicle mode looks great, robot mode looks great. Like, this is probably my favorite of the movie Megatron designs. The surprise here is this little guy here in the bottom right. So, this toy does not triple change. Like, they wanted it very clear, this is not a triple changer. What you're looking at here are the accessory parts. So, like, the backpack and wings, the shield, the sword, I guess the fusion cannon as well, I don't know. But basically, all of his accessories combine into a dragon, which is their way of adding in and homaging the alt mode he was originally intended to have until they rewrote him to be a jet. And that's actually a really cool inclusion. I mean, that it's a fun little thing to do. If you can make the toy look that good in both modes and then just still get away with doing something goofy like that, go ahead, go for it. You know, the toys need as much play value as they can get. So no, this is actually really cool. I don't know if it's something I'd pick up, but it does look really cool. I like the overall vibe of it. Okay, so let's go into a few little tidbits here. I'll shake this down so you guys can see it a little bit easier. Just as a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. So Shockwave Whale will not be out until 2027. Let's see. Studio series, including comics and Skybound characters. Yep, so just to confirm that. It looks like Shredhead is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I guess that is how they are going to get you to pay for all that extra Tampa graphing. Let's see. Shoulder action. One of the big exciting ones here. Multiple figures from Energon coming in 2027. That's a super cool announcement to get. Now, I don't know, I can't remember if we saw any leaks that included Energon characters specifically outside of Scorponok. But, you know, if we start getting into some of the more interesting, like, designs from Energon, that would be great. I'm really excited for that. Let's see. They are still uncertain about a Nexus Maximus frame. They'll be discussing feedback once they return from San Diego Comic-Con. Okay, here's my feedback. The idea that we either have to gut our Superion for the sake of making Nexus Maximus, or let's not call it that. We know why. Don't Google that. But for the sake of making Nexus Prime, you're going to make us gut Superion and cobble that together onto a frame that really, like, doesn't match color-wise with him. Like, this is already blasphemous, right? Because even if you, like, there's no way at this point, you've used a space shuttle the original combiner never had. You don't have heat wave at the core of this combiner. This is going to be a mess no matter what you do. No matter what you do. This is just it really does kind of feel like things were just thrown together. That, like, when people saw what they chose to do with Nexus Prime, they just started throwing things at the door, just like seeing what's, like, just to make it up as they go, to try and counter the backlash. No, we're releasing his other limbs. You're going to get a full combiner. We don't have a frame for him, but you're going to get a full combiner. So here's my solution, guys, for anyone out there who would care to hear it. I don't like that this is, like, forcing you to use the frame from Superion. I feel like this would have a far easier time using the Bruticus frame, because then what you do is you replace Onslaught from that frame with a new version of Heatwave. So Heatwave could be an alternate torso for your Nexus Prime if you want something that's more true to the original toy, and then you redeco that frame into something that matches the entire set. That's how you handle it. But I don't even know if what they're planning is going to be compatible with that frame. I don't think, I think we've already confirmed that Nexus Prime is only compatible with the Superion frame, which sucks. That makes this incredibly difficult now, because anything we do now has to work with that frame. And that just gets weird. Okay. It needs a frame, but you've left yourself with no clean way of getting one out to us outside of just repainting the frame without a silver bolt and just saying, here, it's a Pulse exclusive if you want it. I don't know what you do at this point. You've kind of painted yourself into a blue and red corner now. They mentioned the Seeker packs. They acknowledge they aren't Tetrajets, but, you know, they just wanted to do these. See. Encompassing entertainment, going to cover tertiary characters that don't appear in 86, but they will continue to do Babers. So Studio Series still doing what Studio Series was always doing, but now it's basically just covering whatever they want. And frankly, with Chris Cox being so, like, pig-headed about making this like a digital, like, licensing company, yeah, do whatever you want to either toy line and just make whoever at this point. Just get everyone out that you possibly can. We just need to hurry these along before Chris does something really stupid. But it's nice to see those tertiary characters that don't appear in 86. And it's not just going to be, like, bogged down in all, like, the usual regulars. Yeah, so brand new mold, the Alicon, TF1 Shockwave, Wheelie. First non-Energon universe characters, IDW Nautica comes with a wrench. Let's see. Leader Swoop, Leader Megatron, Titan. New version of Scorn's Riders being worked on. Covered that. This was a big one. Okay, so HasLab is launching its next project this year, but they have not revealed who it is. Nate is warning you that you have to prepare your collection to get a lot bigger. And I don't know if that means by numbers or by mass, because yeah, like they tend to be pretty big, but we've already kind of the Hasbro stated in the past, like the really big ones, they can't do. Like budget wise, like I think Primus is the one people were waiting for to counteract Unicron, but no, like that would be way too cost prohibitive at this point. I don't know. Apology Tour changed the entire trajectory of the Transformers brand. I don't see how that's true, but okay. Reformatted edition music drops today on streaming. Transformers music feature re-releasing part of fandom. Cryptic message from last week teasing something. Theatrical re-release trailer. New chapter in the trailer. Companion piece to the film. Showed sleep mode Optimus Prime drifting through space, finger twitching. So, yeah. So they also posted the new trailer for the upcoming re-release of Transformers the movie in theaters. Frankly, the trailer's kind of awful. It's trying to cut a 40-year-old movie into a 2026 style trailer. It absolutely does not work. It doesn't have the right beats for it. It doesn't have the right tone for it. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Also, the audio design in the trailer is horrific. They replaced all the sound effects with new ones. They don't sound as good. There's some weird harmonics going on with the character voices. Springer in general sounds like his audio got muted. Like almost like it hit like a limiter or something and it got like it got volume reduced or something. It's weird. It's weird. It's not a great trailer. I heard someone mentioning that they might make this like release like a fully redone version where it's going to include the brand new like redo of the soundtrack. Is that in here? No, it's in 4K now because apparently that was necessary. But it doesn't mention if it's yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of confirmation that it's actually using the new soundtrack. Apparently that new soundtrack is hit and miss. But they also said experience a new chapter, and this is what they were talking about. There is something at the end of the trailer that indicates some new scene where Optimus's dead body is just kind of floating through space. And then on the close-up of his hand, the fingers start twitching. It's almost implying that we have a new CGI Transformers thing on the way that is, I don't know, what, a continuation of the movie? Like what happened to Optimus Prime after he died? Like we're just going to follow the story of his corpse between the movie and Dark Awakening? I genuinely have no idea what to glean from this. Just for whatever reason, they're tacking something new to the end of the Transformers movie. And we have no idea what it is yet. So we just had to sit and wait. But I believe that is everything that they revealed and everything that we are able to cover at this time. I mean, there's other things. They showed off like the hard proto for Scorn. We just scroll through, just make sure my coverage is as complete as possible. They had Shredhead in hand too. There's the top of them. And again, great tampograph work. Yeah, the tampos are going to make this thing a $50 Voyager. I'm warning you that right now. Yeah, the prototype images they show. I want to say one of the shots they showed of Scorn actually had him bending his neck when I first saw it. I mean, it looks super cool. Like it does look cool. I'm not going to deny that. I don't know if it's going to be worth the $190 or 200 or whatever it is at the point, but you know, big dino robot look cool. So there you go. They did confirm that the tail is all ratcheted joints, so that the tail's completely posable. That's cool, especially because it has to form a whip weapon. That makes it that much better. Like, am I losing my mind? Because I could have sworn I saw something that said, "Oh yeah, his neck turns." See, I might just be losing my mind. Oh no, it's right there. Yeah, his head turns. Okay, so he's already got more playability than Grimlock in Beast Mode. Okay, cool. Okay, now I think I've covered just about everything I can out of Transformers at Comic-Con. Now, if they do anything else, I'll cover it in the news roundup on Monday. Besides that, I think that is a wrap for Transformers at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be doing another roundup of things that were revealed tomorrow, because I'm sure a lot of other companies revealed a lot of other things I want to talk about. So we'll be kind of finishing up my coverage then. But for now, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.